Okay, guys, Grand Theft Auto Trilogy Definitive Edition Nintendo Switch. First impressions time. Rockstar reached out to me, Dead Metal of Dead Metal Media, to provide me with a review copy of the much anticipated Grand Theft Auto Trilogy. I've been spending the last week in San Andreas, Vice City, and Liberty City revisiting my childhood. But do these classics hold up in 2021? Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more great content like this. But in the meantime, I don't like to make my people wait. Let's get into it, shall we? Grand Theft Auto Trilogy Definitive Edition is absolutely shit! Once upon a time, Rockstar were on top of the world. They could do no wrong. Every game they put out was a banger. This period lasted from 2001 until 2010. You see, after 2010, after Red Dead Redemption came out, the laziness started. It took from 2008 to 2013 to get another Grand Theft Auto. And here we are, 8 years later, we still don't have a sequel. Red Dead Redemption came out in 2010. We got its sequel a decade later, 2018, the very end of 2018, mind you. It's absolutely disgusting. Neither one of these games have received anything in the way of post-launch content, single-player content. Mind you, that multiplayer trash does not matter. That's for little kids who want to hop on GTA Online, who want to hop on Grand Theft Auto Online, driving the cool cars around, spending mommy's credit card for more shark cards, or the kids who want to hop on Red Dead Online, aka Grand Theft Horse Online, and ride around like a Wild West cowboy, you hear? No, we don't play that game here. Matter of fact, you're not really playing any Rockstar games here on the Switch. They have shown such piss-poor support for the best-selling, fastest-selling system. It's going to overtake the PS2. You know it's going to fucking happen. Another Dead Metal hot take prediction that'll come true, just like God of War coming to PC. All right, Switch is going to outsell the PS2. It'll become the greatest, fastest, best-selling system of all time. Spoiler, not a prediction. But you would think that since the system has such a high install base of users who pay premium price for regurgitated Nintendo trash, 5, 6, 7, 8 times a year, a lot of times buying the same games they already bought on their Wii U again, you would think this would be prime hardware for Rockstar to be developing and pushing their games out onto. I can almost picture Sam Houser rubbing his filthy, disgusting, raccoon-like, greedy-ass paws together in the thoughts of being able to sell literal children shark cards on the go with the fact that GTA 5 somehow ran on the PS3 and 360. You think that lazy scumbag has put forth a port job of the latest Grand Theft Auto to the Switch? Hell to the no. Instead, he has demonstrated exactly what he thinks of Switch owners, shoveling out Grand Theft Auto, the Trilogy, Definitive Edition onto the platform. Yes, congratulations, Switch owners. While up until this point, you've been content playing PS3 and 360 ports, usually that run even worse than the original counterparts, this point, Rockstar doesn't even think you're worth those latest port jobs. Matter of fact, you guys are getting something shoveled out from literally 20 years ago. Yeah, remember Claude? Remember Tommy Vercetti? Remember CJ? Member? Hi, member. Well, you're going to member too, because now you get to pay $60 all for the privilege of playing the graphically worst version, the objectively worst performing version, and an inferior version to literally every other version that exists, and you're paying top dollar for it. But my portability! Your portability? Fuck your portability. How about the fact that you've been disrespected left, right, front, and center by every goddamn developer who's developed a game for your system? But you don't care. You're used to the abuse. Portability means all, right? Portability means fuck all. Portability means fuck all. How often are you going to want to take a shit and have a 5-star wanted level, cops, the U.S. Army chasing you down the streets of Vice City? How often are you going to be defending Grove Street at Taco Bell? All right? Like, these are the questions nobody ever asks these clowns. They just, but my portability. Third-party games should not exist on Switch. It's an exclusive machine. It always has been. I said what I said. I said it loud and proud. The Switch is a joke for third-party games. Everybody knows it. Everybody knows it. Anybody with a... Listen, if you're one of those clowns that play your Switch in public, you're a social degenerate. I want absolutely nothing to do with you. Matter of fact, I hate the fact that Nintendo shows that in their commercials, because then all the Nintendrones see it and they think that doing it makes them cool. If I'm sitting somewhere in public, like a park or a restaurant, and I see some motherfucker break out a Nintendo Switch, I'm getting up and I'm walking the hell out, because clearly this place has no class, no standards. They're allowing inferior Switch peasants in the presence of regular people. These individuals are going to be virgins for life. Facts, spoilers, not opinions. At the end of the day, Grand Theft Auto Definitive Edition is a joke on Switch, just like it's a joke on every other platform. But the Switch owners are paying what everybody else is paying for a game that hits 20 FPS on a good day, for a game that looks graphically inferior to the original releases. I'm not talking about the PS4 and Xbox One original releases. I'm talking about the PS2 OG Xbox releases from 20 years ago. I'm going to start incorporating performance analysis into my reviews. Here it is off the cuff for you folks. The game hits somewhere between 240 and 360p docked, and it runs at 144p handheld. The game's frame rate is a stuttery mess. 1% lows as low as 0. Yes, the game hits a frame rate of 0. It's disgusting. Rockstar clearly did no in-house testing, but you know what? They don't need to. This game's going to be sold in droves, and because Nintendo has a very strict no-refund policy, they know that they're going to keep the fucking money. Why do you think they delayed physical releases? Why do you think they delayed physical releases? Because you can return physical games to the store. By delaying physical releases, you can't hit up Amazon, hey, this game's a broken mess, give me my money back. No, you have to go through the digital storefront in which you purchased the game, and Nintendo has a very, very hard line view on refunds. As far as Nintendo's concerned, as long as the game boots, as long as you see the logo, you're fucked. You're not getting your money back. And Rockstar made sure that logo, that beautiful yellow and black R, loads just fine. What a shame the rest of the game doesn't. I give Grand Theft Auto Trilogy, the definitive edition on the Nintendo Switch, a 10 out of 10. It's the greatest gaming experience I've ever had. It runs flawlessly. I mean, the Nintendo guys are going to think it runs flawlessly because they're used to playing games like Ocarina of Time at 20 FPS, all right? They're not going to be bothered by the dog shit smear visual quality because they're used to playing Doom Eternal at, 360p? They clearly don't need a high frame rate because all these third-party games are dropped to 20 FPS or less. I mean, you don't need to look any further than Deadly Premonition 2 to see the trash Switch owners will put up with. It's disgusting. It's despicable. At the end of the day, they hate themselves just that much. And you know what? They hate themselves just a little bit more every day. That's why they're all going to shamelessly go out and buy this game the moment it drops, because every Switch owner's dream, for whatever reason, I personally think the games are overrated piles of trash, you know what I mean? But their dream has been portable Grand Theft Auto. Well, I got news for you. Grand Theft Auto is overrated. Grand Theft Auto runs abysmally on the Switch. Grand Theft Auto on Switch is like showing up at a 5-star restaurant and ordering a goddamn cheeseburger. Sure, you can say you were in the restaurant. That's something you'll probably consider being a crowning achievement of your life. But compared to everybody else who was able to pony up the dough for a better meal, or for those of you who don't understand analogy, a better console, your experience will objectively be the worst when you compare it to what everybody else had. Enjoy, Switch owners. You finally have your precious Grand Theft Auto on the go. It's just a fucking shame that the Grand Theft Auto they chose to give you was 20 fucking years old. Oh, that's gotta burn. That's gotta sting. That's gotta be a slap in the face and a grind into the fucking floor. But hey, you guys reap what you sow. You made your own bed, and now you gotta lay in it. You chose inferior hardware. You chose portability. And now you can be portably broke as you continue to invest in shitty $60 games.